summer peaches are in season and ready to enjoy, and our first guest joins us with a recipe you can even try this weekend. We welcome back cooking instructor and our friend, Katie Cook is here. Hi, Katie.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you with one of my favorite fruits.
Right?
Yes.
I'm so excited that it's peach season.
Me too.
So, here in my bowl, because I'm going to get these started and then we'll talk about it a little bit,
yes.
right? I've got a little bit of honey. I actually use some hot honey for this because I found some I had around. So it's like honey that has a little bit of hot sauce or cayenne in it. And a little bit of sherry vinegar, some salt and pepper and oil. So they've been sitting kind of marinating in that. And I'm going to lay them on, so you can do it in a grill, you can do it in a cast iron. I have a grated cast iron here, which I really like for doing inside.
And that looks pretty warm. I can see this
yeah, you want it
off.
to be hot.
Okay.
You want it to be smoking hot.
And I noticed you cut them up. You didn't do like a half peach situation.
I did, because these are kind of medium firm.
Okay.
Right? They're not super soft. If they're super soft, like really, really tender, you can do the half peaches and grill them, but I want the heat to penetrate all the way through, and I really like the additional surface area here, so that way I'm getting the char on both sides.
Yes, which
right?
makes it so good.
All that flavor. So I'm going to put this on here. When you are getting peaches, what you're going to look for is that they're relatively tender. You want them to be a little bit soft to the touch.
Okay, and is that all over, not just at the top?
Yes, you want it to be. You want it to be all over. Feel a little. You want it to be maybe a little bit more firm than an avocado.
Okay.
When you're looking for a ripe avocado, you can also smell it, and that'll tell you whether it's a little bit ripe, kind of like a cantaloupe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have stone fruit season, so peaches and nectarines and all that fun stuff here in the Pacific Northwest from like mid-July through September. So we've got months of these awesome recipes that we can play with. I've seen them on pizzas. We're doing a grilled crostini today with Gruyere and basil. You have the option to add prosciutto, so I'll put meat on a couple of those.
Yeah. And there's nothing more disappointing than getting home a beautiful peach like this and you think it's going to be great, you cut it open, and it's not. It's like all overdone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything as a chef that you would do with that, or you just toss it?
I would make it into a sauce.
Okay. You still can use them.
Absolutely, you can still use them. And if you get them and they're still a little bit too firm, you can put them in a brown paper bag, keep them out of the sunlight, and that's what's going to help them to ripen, kind of like a banana.
I've done that trick, and it works. It really works. Just a little brown bag.
And you can see how beautiful those are. Yeah, if you're doing this on a grill, you're going to want it to be on like a medium heat. But because this is a cast iron, we needed it to be a little bit more on fire.
So is an outdoor barbecue a little too intense for a peach, or is that an option?
No, that is definitely an option. That's the preferred option.
Okay.
But, you know, I mean, I live in an apartment.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of grilling going on at my house. This is how I make the magic happen.
Yes.
Still.
Well, this is a pretty good second bet.
Yeah, absolutely. So since these are going to be ready in just a moment, we're going to pick some of this fresh basil.
Which smells so good. We have fresh in our garden. It's coming on now.
Oh, yeah.
And I just absolutely love to just
big time
cut it up.
And peach and basil are best friends right now. Here in Portland, I'm seeing a lot of like peach caprese salads. Yeah. I'm seeing peach pizza.
Yes.
Yeah. This peach and feta also go really well together. So to do the chiffonade, I'm just going to stack the leaves together. And then I'll roll them, kind of like a little cigarillo here. And I only want to do like 4 leaves at a time.
Okay.
Maybe 5. Yeah. You don't want to do like all the whole bunch because basil's so tender that it will start to bruise and like blacken. And you also want to wait until like right before you're about to use it to do it.
And this is so much more efficient than me, chopping all of them individually.
Yeah, so you can do a few at a time. I also really like this technique for like a kale salad or for collard greens. So.
And you're doing it real pretty thin.
Yeah, I want it because I want it to be like confetti when we sprinkle it over all of our peaches, right? Yeah. That's going to be pretty fun. So I think we're ready here. You can see these gorgeous grill marks are on both sides.
So that's how you know they're done, the grill marks?
The grill marks are on both sides. And if you do this, like this is one of those recipes that you wouldn't be able to do with like a super ripe peach because it'll just mush and like stick to your grill grates.
Yes.
So,
But what a perfect appetizer.
yeah, it's a great way
It's
to
a
get
happy
started.
hour.
I feel like this is also very acceptable for, like, as they say, girl dinner.
Yes.
Maybe a
It
little
doesn't
bit
just
more
have to be
labor intensive.
cereal. No.
No. There we go.
We can step it up a notch with
And
these.
you can, if you want to do the prosciutto, you can do like a little prosciutto under there with the peaches, right?
And what about cheese options?
Cheese options. So, I mean, really anything. I like the Gruyere because it's a little bit salty. It's a little bit kind of tart. You know, it's like a variety of Swiss. But you could do mozzarella on there. You could absolutely do a feta if you wanted to. Feta and peaches go great.
Oh, lots of options. And I noticed that you didn't really melt the cheese first. Does the hot peach melt it itself?
It's gonna melt it a little bit. You could shave it thinner. I like to have it. I want there to be more cheese. I always want more cheese. And then we're gonna sprinkle our gorgeous basil ribbons over top of that.
So before I launch in and try this, I need to find out a little more about the crostini.
Yes.
Because it looks super crunchy and nice, and sometimes when I've tried to make things with it, it ends up soggy in the middle.
So
What am I doing wrong?
you might be adding a little bit too much fat.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't want to like totally drench your bread. You do want to do both sides, and it's so funny because I hear the opposite of that for crostini. People will be like, "Oh, it's so crispy. It's too crispy. It's like cracking apart and stuff." And I want my bread to be kind of soft. I like my crostini, especially for this, to be almost like grilled bread that you get when you get clams.
Yes. Okay.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
So I do mine about 3/4 of an inch thick. And then I do both sides in olive oil. If you want to do like a really kind of zhuzhed up version, you can add some chopped garlic into your oil and heat it up for a little while until it starts to bubble and sizzle, and then turn it off. And that'll infuse the garlic flavor into the oil as well. So that's
a great tip.
Right. And
That's
then
even a grilled cheese tip.
it is absolutely a grilled cheese tip.
Yes.
It's anything tip.
All right. Now I'm trying this because this looks so good.
Right?
Okay.
You can hear it. You can hear the crunch.
You can totally hear the crunch. And
Right?
you were right, the peach with the basil. Peach perfection, we said, and peach perfection it is. That is delicious.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad you're enjoying it.
And not difficult.
No.
Not difficult
Super
at all. And look
easy.
how elegant that looks on the plate. Thank you, Katie.
It's my pleasure. Thanks
Yes,
for having me
can't
back.
wait to have you back. Yes, and we will put this recipe on our website at ketu.com. And we'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.